Hello, welcome to H&D Abroad. I'm Dee. Nice to see you again. On Tuesdays, um, I share my personal journey as I am preparing myself in various dimensions of well-being for our move abroad. Our channel is all about the research, scouting trips, and the things that we're learning from new friends, including people like you, as we are preparing for our journey of moving abroad. So, as you saw in the thumbnail, this video is all about me transitioning um, to my 50th year and my well-being plan as I turned 50. So I am not afraid of aging. As you can tell, I have not dyed my hair. I embrace it. My personal story is I have embraced my gray hair because I lost two friends in college that did not get a chance to age. And so I've chosen to embrace it in memory of them. So aging itself has had its ups and downs. And throughout the time, I've learned about self care and said, that's probably something nice to do, but not necessarily something that I could fit into my life. So, thinking through that, I put this video together to kind of talk about not only how I'm embracing radical self care and self love, but to share a little bit of the struggle that I am going to tackle as part of my self care plan for 2023. The area that I really want to talk about is sleep. Um, I love once I get to sleep, I don't have any trouble falling asleep. I have difficulty as I've aged with staying asleep. And I have had uh, trouble transitioning from the daily process of work and the things that you do at home to saying, okay, it's time to stop and transition to getting ready for bed. That has become even more of a struggle for me as I have worked from home the last 3 years. Having my laptop, um, and being able to just say, well, I didn't get all of this process done during the day. I'm going to work into the evening has just gotten completely out of control to the point where I have just not been able to grasp the time, um, especially with the seasons changing and daylight savings impacting, like not really knowing what time it is. It throws my body off and my awareness of needing rest off a lot. So I initially thought that it was just about, well, I need to turn off my computer and, you know, put down my cell phone and, really unplug from the day. And what I realized is that there have been messages as a woman and specifically as a Black woman that I have internalized over time that may also be impacting my ability to let go of the day and embrace rest. So, unpacking that a little bit, productivity and the ability to produce is highly valued in Western culture. Um, but as a Black woman, my value is definitely tied with my worth. Um, and so that is a struggle, especially in a work environment, especially in a corporate work environment where um, those kinds of things gets you visibility and the opportunities for promotion and being seen and being taken seriously in the workplace. But as I age, as a woman transitioning to 50, I'm recognizing that my body is asking me for rest and that I have ignored that through graduate school and undergrad, staying up late to finish papers. I have ignored my body's request for rest through um, pregnancy and motherhood. I have ignored it as I have said, well, it's just for a short period of time, because I need to complete this project or I really want to get this done while the kids are asleep. And now I don't have young children anymore, and those habits have continued. But the underlying reflection of, do I look lazy? Am I not being as productive as I could be so that I'm valuable to my family and that I'm moving forward with the things that I feel that are important? And over time, your body, your heart, your blood vessels, your weight are impacted by how little rest you get and that I've gotten. And so I know that some of the challenges I face are because I have ignored my body, that there's been a disconnect between my brain and my body. And so the intentions that I have around embracing rest, letting go of the stereotypes of what is lazy, especially around um, laziness and its connection to enslavement, connection to capitalism, laziness and productivity's connection to my personal value and state in this world. Um, Letting go is a part of that process. So I am prioritizing sleep. And so that transition looks like this for me, being able to say to myself, I have done good work today. I love lists. I make lists. Sometimes I get done, many of the things on my list. Sometimes I don't get done as many. As you age, sometimes focus and memory are an issue, and I am doing more self checks to understand that. Um, I am also trying to take time and creating time at the beginning of my day, throughout my day, and especially at the end of my day to hear, what is my body saying to me? Um, Even when it comes to, I'd love an evening workout, but I'm learning to say, my body is saying, take your shower with your eucalyptus oil um, and just light a candle, take some deep breaths, and let go because that's what you need right now. I think the more in tune I am with my body, I think the benefit will be that I will have the energy and the focus that I need, the concentration that I need throughout the day, things that I struggle with, um, like taking a break, because I have the energy and focus, maybe not looking forward to doing more things, but that I'm able to get to the priorities that I have for the day with balance. So everyone says work-life balance can be um, an elusive goal, but I know that that is what I am seeking in our move abroad. As a mid career professional, I am always looking at where I am and how I want my work life to fit as part of my life and not the focus of my life. So um, I know that rest is also important to my mental health, to my body, um, doing the things that it needs to do that it only can do when I rest. Even something as simple as closing your eyes and taking deep breaths. And I'm talking about like 3 to 5 deep breaths can reduce my blood pressure. I've seen it. I have watched my numbers change because I can sit for a few moments quietly. Um, Even the conversations that we're having around naps is completely a culture shift for me as a Black woman to say, just not necessarily sleep, but being at a state of rest is not lazy, is not productive. Um, I have taken music most of my life. I have taught music, and what I know in music is that rest is not a stagnant state. It is active. I am counting. It is a time before, during, and after what is called for in a measure. And so I am wanting to be active in that way and actively integrating rest and actively integrating transition um, into my day. So, my radical self care practice is about consistency and taking the time to listen to my body and rest. A part of my process for being able to transition to sleep is just being able to say that, it's time for me to let go of the day, and um, and that's okay. And I know that letting go in other areas of my life has been important. You cannot change the past. That is letting go. Um, Letting go of my 20-year-old, the ideas I had about my 20-year-old body, my 30-year-old body, my 40-year-old body, and really embracing my body as I'm turning 50 in 2023, but also just a daily practice of letting go is also important to me. So if you get a chance, check out Kathy Hampton's um, journaling resource called Year Compass. So thank you all. I hope that you'll join us this weekend. The next video is going to be about uh, moving abroad and getting your game plan. So this is a part of my game plan, and I hope you'll join us for our next video where we'll talk more. Bye for now.